The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is known for its opulence, oil wealth, and royal family. With an estimated net worth of over $18 billion, the King of Saudi Arabia, Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, is one of the richest and most powerful monarchs in the world. He has access to an extensive network of palaces, private jets, and luxurious yachts, and his lavish lifestyle is the envy of many. How does the King of Extravagance travel all around the globe in opulence and style? Let's find out in today's video. King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud is the current King of Saudi Arabia, and he's known for his luxurious lifestyle and extravagant travels. The King's lifestyle and personal indulgences reflect the immense wealth and power of his kingdom. From being the owners of expensive and rare vehicles to ethereal palaces, the extravagance of the royals seems to be never-ending. He is the world's third richest royal, with a net worth of around $18 billion. The king also never fails to astound the rest of the world with his rich lifestyle. In March 2017, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud visited Indonesia for a 9-day tour of the world's most popular Muslim country, Indonesia. Apart from the political aspect, one of the things that stood out to the public and the media was the extravagance the king showed in his travels. You will be shocked to hear that not only did the king arrive in his private jet, but also traveled with no less than 1,500 people, including ministers, delegates, and princes. What's crazy is that all of those people arrived on 36 different flights over a 3-week period. King Salman traveled in style on the world's largest private jet, the Boeing 747, which can accommodate up to 853 passengers. The interior of the jet is outfitted with luxurious amenities, including a throne room, a private suite, and a garage that can hold several luxury cars. Within those 15,000 people, there were also private chefs, doctors, and security personnel of the king. Upon reaching the country, King Salman didn't even bother to use the stairs to descend. Instead, a golden-colored elevator was brought to help the king descend from his expensive private plane to the land of Indonesia. Wait till you hear this. The king was also guilty of packing heavily for the trip, as it is reported that the luggage for his Indonesian trip weighed approximately 459 metric tons. I wonder what was in that luggage that made it weigh so much. The luggage was transported using one of the most expensive aircraft, such as a C-130 Hercules and Boeing 747, making it obvious that they are filthy rich. But that's not where his extravagance ended, as the king used 2 Mercedes-Benz saloon cars to travel by road. The king also books the entire floor of the presidential suite he and his ministers stay in, and due to his habit, he booked famous hotels in Jakarta, such as the Ritz, Raffles, and Marriott, making it difficult for people to find places to book during the time of his trip. His luxurious trip got a lot of attention from the press, and many ridiculed him for his riches, while others were astounded by his never-ending wealth. The king's trip to Japan also gained a lot of attention from the public, for the same reasons, of course. The leader of the royal monarch arrived in Japan with 1,000 entourages, but the best part of his trip was that the king's men had booked 1,200 hotel rooms just for his 4-day stay. When it comes to accommodations, King Salman prefers to stay in the finest 5-star hotels and resorts. Not only this, but there was hundreds of limousines that were brought into the capital city to accommodate the royal visitors. You will be shocked to hear this. During the king's visit to Washington, D.C. back in 2014, he booked the entire 222 rooms of the luxurious Four Seasons Hotel in Georgetown and reportedly spent over $300,000 on room charges alone. The royal demanded the entire hotel be redecorated with items sent from Saudi Arabia in multiple aircraft, including gold mirrors, tables, lamps, and much more. He also ordered the carpets laid down in the hotels to be changed as well. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think that the king purposefully did this just to create headlines? Let us know in the comments section below. The king's extravagance seems to never end, as he likes to book entire things for himself for just a few days. On his trip to the Maldives, the king ordered 3 islands to be booked, which cost him a whopping $30 million. But I guess this amount wasn't that much for the king. He arrived at the islands using his luxury yachts and a number of bodyguards. This did cause a stir among the public. People weren't happy with the fact that the king had booked islands for his stay and felt like he was unnecessarily intruding on and boasting about his wealth. The king's visit to France was also covered by the media, of course, for its opulence and political aspects. In his 3-week visit to France, the king had chosen to stay at the most expensive home in the entire world, the Chateau Louis XIV. It is a beautiful mansion, featuring intricate designs and eye-catching architecture. The royal was also seen in a motorcade taken to his lavish home for a stay. I guess royals like to make a statement by traveling in style. If you thought that was all, behold, because the king's trip to Russia wasn't different in terms of lavishness at all. King Salman flew to Russia in his private, lavish jet to meet President Putin. For his visit, the king brought approximately 2,000 pounds of food, along with his trusty furniture and carpets, to accompany him during the journey. Along with all this luggage, there were also 25 princes and a huge number of personal assistants, including chefs and security. Just like before, King's gold escalator was also brought, but things didn't go as planned when he had to face embarrassment in the media when his lavish escalator didn't work. His escalator stuck midway through his descent, which made him walk down its steps like a normal person. During his visit, the hotel booked 2 entire hotels as permanent residences, costing King Salman around $3 million. This booking by the royals caused a lot of comfort for people who had booked their stay at the hotel. It seems that the king is setting a good example for his kids, since Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman did the exact same thing as his father. During his visit to Los Angeles, he rented the entire 285 rooms of the Four Seasons Hotel in Beverly Hills, one of the most expensive places in the United States. He also demanded modifications in the decoration, music, and even the menu, since he felt it had to be according to his Saudi taste. But what's funny is that he didn't even stay at this place and opted to stay at a private residential place, making the hotel available to his entourage. It seems that the royals like to boast about their wealth everywhere they go, which is a way of demonstrating their power and superiority over others. The royals of the Saudi family are known to boast of their wealth and influence over other governments, and despite all the criticism they get of excessive wastage of money, they don't seem to get bothered by it at all and continue to live their lives in opulence. The tradition of excessive money is also being passed on to the successors of the royals, as Crown Prince Salman is also seen spending his money thoughtlessly and living a life more luxuriously than his father. He's famous for renting private islands for parties, traveling in expensive vehicles, owning rare jewelry and art pieces, and much more. He recently bought a rare art piece, the Salvator Mundi, worth $450 million, to add to his art collectibles. This shows that when it comes to money, it is not a problem for the royals how they spend it, unless they're getting what they want. Despite the criticisms, King Salman continues to travel in style, with no signs of slowing down anytime soon. As the world's 3rd richest royal, he certainly has the means to indulge his love for luxury and travel, and he appears to have no qualms about doing so. If you like today's content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Do you think these royals spend excessive money to show their power? Let us know in the comments below.